All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Hibike Euphonium, Season 3, Episode 7.
Performance time!
Yes, because we did the first audition.
Yes.
And awesome. Of course Kimiko got the soli. They didn't even make it like a point of conflict. Of course she did.
Yeah.
But we should get all of them.
We should get all of them. Having also 3 youths is a cool thing for them to maybe see if that ends up working.
Yep.
It could not necessarily be the same for the next performance, but for now,
Right.
she's gonna get to play with Reina. And
As it
all
should
is
be.
right in the world.
That's right.
I love that.
Now time to just smash
Love
this
that.
competition. This performance.
Yes, just that. Just smash that. No, get your mind out of the gutter, everybody.
No, they do need to just kiss already.
No. Yeah. But all right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. Imagine if they had this level of animation for an ultimate frisbee club. Come on,
You'd
make
just
it happen.
die of happiness.
I would die. I would ascend. Then I'd die. Then I'd come back. Then I would ascend. Then I would die. Yeah. You don't need to explain it. We get it.
8月第2週モナカのメンバーも無事金賞関西大会で絶対金賞
Okay.
滝先生にはスパルタでビシビシやってくださいって言っておいた
Full Spartan. We're okay.
A の5、6小節目にスタッカートがあるパートは
Whoa.
もっと強調してください。
We're getting real specific here.
テーマとなるフレーズを持っているパートはそれを意識するように。
私としては部員のモチベーションをどう維持するか
Sure.
が大変かな
女っぽい発言。
あんたもしっかりやりなさいよ夏休みに入っても待っているのはひたすら練習の日々練習のない本当の休みと言えるのはたった3日だけだった
Okay.
Okay.
Summer Fermata.
関西吹奏楽コンクール出場メンバーのオーディションは合宿1日目発表は2日目となります
Blistering pace.
Yep.
決まります。
オーディションによって北氏が良くなっているんだと私は思いますまずは関西大会に集中して頑張りましょう
All right.
B 編成のことモナカっていうのああそれは
Uh-huh.
まゆちゃん部長
Oh no!
あるんですけど先行ってるねオーディションの順番なんですけど
Oh.
But she can see you're making the effort.
Uh-huh. Cool. Fun detail.
でかまやさん音が汚すぎ
Ah.
これでいいんじゃないそ
Okay.
れにしてもスズメは音量の幅がすごめられてますジャズとかならスズメちゃんの音で吹いたらかっこいいかも
That's a way to make it a compliment.
一年発起だね
Keener McFirst yearer.
But you are too.
ごめんねまゆちゃんはちょっと一人で吹いてくるとおっしゃってました
Oh.
Okay.
36度とか言ってたものね
36 Celsius?
それよりお盆休みはどうするのあさってからでしょ決めてないレイナはトランペット教室とかあるんだよねそれはあるけどずっとってわけじゃない
Let's,
だから
let's
should hang out.
Hang out.
だ
Yeah.
からなんなのいやいや理不尽だから一緒にいる時間減るでしょ
Especially if you're not, we're not going to the same
それなら
college.
私も寂しいよ嘘くさい
電車が
先帰ればだから何さっぱりなんだけどだからプール今年は行かないのもういい行くよ行く受験だし時間ないかなと思ってたからどうでしょうそれでそこまで察しろは無理だよお揃いの水着買ったのにじゃあ前みたいにみんなでお何まゆちゃん誘ってもいいかな別に私はいいけど
Okay.
Cool.
レオンパートの子やレーナとかと一緒に行くんだけど行くでもいいの
Yeah.
もちろん
Awesome.
Is it because
リリカも行きたいって言っ
the timing of it is going to be after the...
たは1年生4人に2年生4人
Well, that maybe, but also just she's getting actually brought into like group stuff, you know?
元目くんは男子一人だけ誘うのはちょっとねじゃあ塚本先輩も誘ったらどうですか とりあえずやめとこう。ただリリカや私は休みの初日は
They still think she's dating him, you know.
もうこれ知ってる。
Okay.
大学が集まって説明会やるやつでしょ。もしかして行かれる予定あったりしました？っていうかまだ2年生なのに。え、普通じゃないですか？
It is.
Yeah,
Psychic damage taken.
definitely didn't do that last year.
たった3日の夏休みの予定はあっという間に埋まって
3
いた。
day.
なんでこんな気があるんですか？
Such a precious, yes.
なくんじゃないですか。部長が懐かしいですね。
Yeah.
だから別の日にした方が。
Hey! Good to see these two again.
Yeah.
お前部長、ずいぶん部員増えたんだって。
Uh-huh.
A whole lot more.
ヘアピン。
Yeah.
こいつが私の真似してるだけだから。
Ah.
はあ、先に買ったの私なんですけど。
Sure.
1年生ドン引きなんで。1年のハリアカホです。UFO 深させてもらってます。おお、すでに夏希先輩よりうまいです。
Damn.
それはよかった。
Yeah.
高坂がそう言うならそうなんだろうね。3人にして正解だったね。まあね。で、関西はどうなのよ。
Yeah.
顧問が他校に移ったので以前ほどの強さはないと思ってます。
顧問が今流星なんでしょ？その2つに並べるくらいじゃないと全国は厳しい。全国行ったら応援行くから。試験
Yeah.
抽選当たるかわからないけど、
みんな喜ぶと思います。
Yeah.
大阪がお世辞珍しい。最上級生だもん。みんな大人になるよ。
Right.
違って、私だって大人になってるわよ。
I swear, I swear.
Always working.
Well, no, she did take a snack too.
Right.
She just didn't want anybody to see it.
どこかお目当てとかある？全然。緑連れてくればよかったよ。志望校決まっちゃってるからね。とりあえず、ぐるっと回りながら、
Wow.
気になるところ行ってみようか。
Yep. The transition to adulthood.
Oh, yeah. But what is that?
What is that?
ない。精神的ダメージ。
It was more draining than exciting.
Yeah.
全員受験生って考えたら、やっぱり覚悟はしないとね。短大にする。保育士の資格取れるところ。は？保育士になりたかったの？思ったのは最近だけど。
Whoa.
一恵先生が加藤の面倒見がいいし、やってみたいかって言われたらちょっとやってみたいって思って。
Wow.
Okay, just like that.
みんなのことを一人一人ちゃんと見てくれてる。
She does.
すごくない？
希望も全部覚えてるし。先生ってすごいな。
ふみこが先
Yeah.
生だったら
A music teacher, maybe?
早々にスーツ
あはー
先生がいるわけですよ。何ですか？
Ah.
これ。ふみこを見る？どうしてそんなに簡単に決められるのか。
Yeah.
Right.
自分がおかしいだけなのか。これこそ私がなりたいものだなんてものが突然見つかるとは
So then what's that thing whispering to you that you haven't been listening to?
決める気にはどうしてもなれなかった。おかえり。
Hey.
姉ちゃん。
Well, this is fun.
Yeah, this will be a fun convo.
Yeah. The timing of this is perfect in a
Right?
dramatic way.
イベントの方はどうだったの？
イベント？
そう、大学の。この子まだ志望校決まらなくて。
もう夏休み終わるよ。わかってる。
What? My 3-day break?
Yeah.
人生をかけたいものなんて見つからないのが普通。
18年も生きてきて見つかるならとっくに見つかってるよ。
Wow.
安定した仕事に就けるように。
もう一番
Yeah, 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 yeah.
私は好きなこと優先した方がいいと思うけどね。
Yeah, yeah, that's part of the
What do I
problem.
大
want?
学辞めて美容師になりたいとか娘欲しいになっちゃうよ。ごめん。それは本当に悪かった。
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's not bring up the past. We've got it.
みんなスタイルいい。成長期。大丈夫。
Yeah,
一年
yeah.
あれば私たちだと。
Ah!
1年経つとあんなに。
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
はずきちゃんたちはもう先に行ってます。ああ、そう。それにしても似合
Nice.
ってますね。ありがとう。
That's cute.
が一緒だと安心
Yep.
感あります。
The exchanged.
Right. Just full on couple outfit.
Yeah, it is.
荷物は交代で見てるから行ってきていいよ。本当ですか？うん。行ってきます。私たちはどうする？
What about us? Oh, I don't know.
行ってくるね。
God, the lighting in this show is just incredible.
飲み物買いに行ってくれたの。高坂さんは？同じくだね。水着お揃いでしょ？上下交換とかしてみん
Yeah,
な
yeah.
仲良くて。つばめちゃんと仲良しでしょ？さすが部長さん。そんなことまで知ってるんだ。クラスでも見てるし、近くにすずめちゃんもいるし、誰とでもすぐ話して仲良くなれて。まゆちゃんもそうじゃない？そんなことないよ。じゃあどうなの？
Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
みんなまゆちゃんのこと大好きだって言ってるよ。ちゃんと教えてくれるし。それはそうした方がみんなが喜んでくれるから。
People pleaser.
本当はしたくないってこと？どうなんだろう。多分普通の人より
Oh.
Okay.
好
Chameleon.
きとか嫌いとかあんまりなくて、その言葉を聞いてぼん
Right,
やりとした苦手意識の正体が分か
Yeah.
った気が。
Uh huh. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Hmm.
中学の時の私を
Mm-hmm.
思い出させるのだ。リズと青い鳥。
Yes, they did. And it was,
And it was incredible.
amazing.
リズって欲張りだなって思っちゃう。
Ooh.
一緒に過ごしていた動物はたくさんいるのに、どうして青い鳥だけに固執するんだろう。
Oh. Cool.
それって普通の人の見方じゃないんだろう。
No.
Okay.
普通の人はあんな風に何かに固執するんだよ。
All right.
Yes.
久美子ちゃんだってそうでしょ？
It simplifies life. Yeah.
もうそれがないと普通じゃないっていうのは極端じゃない？
True.
でも私思うの。そういうのが全くない人のこと本気で好きになる。
All these double negatives to try
Yeah.
and get at a point by like dancing around it.
私がそうだから。
Oh.
おかえり。鎌谷さんと会ってみんなの分も好みわからないから余分に買ってきた。まゆちゃん、どれがいい？
Yeah, pick one. Yeah.
つばめちゃんはどれが好き？
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. I knew it, but like
Yeah.
that hurts. That hurts.
Right. Yeah, and she's always the one taking the
Taking the
picture.
photo.
Never
Not
in the photo.
right.
お父さんのお下がりなんだ。デジタルより色が好きなの。時の写真もあったりするんですか？もちろん。家に行けば山ほどあるよ。
So she likes photography.
Yeah.
誰とでも上手に話せる。誰も悪く思わない。でも。
Yeah. She doesn't like herself. Yeah.
まゆちゃん。
Be in the
Yeah.
photo. Yeah.
あんまり好きじゃないんだけどな。
But I like.
せっかく来たんだよ。私は1枚くらい一緒に撮りたい。こうして
Nice.
短い夏休みはあっ
Cool.
という間に過ぎ、再び練習の日
Oh,
が始まっ
there's gonna be a lot to talk about this discussion.
た。ちょっと焼けた？
Oh.
おお、セクシー。
Oh, sexy.
私は赤くなってすぐ戻っちゃうタイプなの。ゆめちゃん早いね。はい、ちょっと空いちゃったんで。オーディションもありますし、ネガティブ発言禁止。
Huh? Yep, yep, yep. No negativity.
まゆちゃんも早いね。
Mm-hmm.
写真できたから練習前にみんなに見てもらおうと思って。なんか味があるね。レンズ変えられると。ねえママちゃん、最後にみんなで撮った写真
Yeah.
を現像うまくいかなくて
What?
ごめんね。そうなの？
You're full of shit.
Is it that she kept that one or she just really didn't want to be in it?
久美子ちゃんはなんで私のこと誘ってくれたんだろう。私と何か話したいことあるのかなって。
Yeah, you tried to approach me in the hall.
オーディションはちゃんと吹くから心配しないで。オーディションで一番上手い人が選ばれて、それで北内が最高の演奏をして、それは分かってるから。
Oh. Rina could sense it.
Yeah.
そして次の曲が
Okay.
始まるのです。
Wow, the build up this episode was
Yeah.
freaking wild.
I love that it ended on that solitary little rocket trail. Oh. I like that they're going deep on Mayu's character because I feel like I was having similar perceptions that Kumiko was, you know, and like interpretations. And now it's like, oh no, it goes deeper than that, and it's not a passive thing. It is an active thing.
Yep.
Which also makes total sense why Kumiko was thrown for a loop, because it's you see someone similar to yourself, and so then you think the situation is your situation.
Right.
But that doesn't have to be the case. And in fact, oftentimes it's not. It's going to be slightly different. And that slight difference means that, you know, your approach to things might be completely inapplicable.
Right. Absolutely.
Because that's one of the things that's so great about Kumiko as a main character, is that, like, she's simple, but she's nuanced, right? And so there's, like, a lot of, like, depth to get into with her, right? And we were able to get to know her specific flavor of the kid that doesn't know what they want to do with their life, right? And now...
she's simple in that she doesn't know what she wants.
Right.
But when other people suggest things like that, she ends up being like, yeah, wait, I could see myself doing that. She's very easily moved, but also has a good handle on what she doesn't like, or what she will, you know, try to combat in some ways. So, oh my god,
wow,
this was a heavy episode. This is a very intense episode. In
the way that Hibike Euphonium loves to do intense episodes, right, where nothing's happening, and yet it's like, oh my god,
we're
wait a
learning
minute,
so much about these people.
Yeah.
So we had Mamiko show up. It's a really fun, like, hey, reminder. Yeah. Everyone is growing up. Everyone's learning things. We had Natsuki and Yuko show up. So the first half of this episode was basically the, hey, people you haven't seen in a little bit are back, and they're more mature. They figured things out. There's a little bit more equilibrium and balance and peace there.
Sure.
Because they know a little bit more of who they are, but they're also a little bit more comfortable letting their flaws being kind of poked at a little bit.
Well said. Yes.
And Mamiko was able to take a little bit of the ribbing, wasn't throwing it back in any really strong way.
Right.
Yuko was able to take some of the ribbing, didn't completely go off there.
But the fact that she was the one that did respond negatively to that kind of stuff, and she was the person who was told by Natsuki, yeah, you still haven't fully grown up. Right?
Right. But I meant she didn't respond in the typical Yuko way.
Yes, she has definitely mellowed out to a good degree.
Right. So it's the kind of thing where I don't see that as negative. I see that as more like the, hey, ow, that hurts.
Right,
baka,
as opposed
baka.
to the, like, full...
Yeah, full Yuko,
Yeah.
So then we contrast that with a person who will not be vulnerable, who will not show who they actually are. Not because they're hiding some great secret, but because they are taking an active part in making every single thing that they do please whoever is around them.
Right.
Now, what's fun about this is that this is a very common thing that people do.
Sure.
I would say that Kuroe or Mayu's personality decision here is not something that is some hyper rare, unique character thing.
Right.
Most people in general mask. And masking is very different in its expression or the, magnitude or what have you. But the idea of, oh, she doesn't love herself.
Right.
Because no one could ever love somebody who isn't, like that. Or by extension, in this case, who is like that. So, cool. This is fun because Kumiko gets to have that, near the end of the series kind of seeing somebody who reminds them of their past self, someone that she could then theoretically help a little bit.
And the thing is,
so yeah,
what you wanted of get to know her better, right? You got that.
You did.
But she also, just because she's letting you get to know her better, it's in the, hey, this is who I am, but that's not going to change the fact that I don't want people near me.
Please back off.
Please back off.
Yeah.
No, the picture just didn't develop properly, right? I do the people pleaser thing of, in the moment, okay, yeah, I'll go and take the picture with you, right? Even though I don't really want to.
And it's the perfect mystery. Did she keep the photo? Did it just not develop properly? Did she sabotage it?
Yeah,
in some
throw
way?
it out or something.
Throw it out?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. We can't really know because she's not going to let us know.
Nope.
So right now, this is the antagonist. This is now why she was brought into the story.
Yeah, but it's not the music. Don't worry. I'll perform great.
Yeah. that's not necessarily the conflict yet.
Right.
But even if it never becomes the conflict, this right here is plenty conflict.
And
because she is, in some ways, the rival, if you will, because it's, one, the other youth player, but two, it's the, you remember me, don't you?
Right.
You remember fighting me. You thought you beat me, but now I'm here.
Right.
And I'm going to be showing up in your thoughts about your future, about your adult life.
Exactly. While you're still dealing with that side of yourself.
Yep.
Right. And so that's
I'm making you have to face it.
I love it.
It's beautiful writing. It's like, very narratively convenient kind of stuff to have a character show up like this.
Yes.
But it's the kind of thing that absolutely is getting used in the utmost way. In some ways, almost they were saving it for this episode.
Right.
But like the writing was on the wall. It was all there. All the foreshadowing was set up. So in some ways, this was also the reveal episode.
Yes.
That it's like, hey, I'm you, but from before. And I didn't get Kosaka Reina. I didn't have the club that basically helped me get out of this. And maybe, in some ways, the really cool thing here, when Kuroe joined, she could recognize, like, she, like, saw them from afar. She had something that she mentioned back then about something about you.
Right.
Like, amazed her.
Because she knew about Kumiko.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that something about Kumiko also inspired her.
Right.
But it's the thing of where she's still dealing with this and figuring it out, or not wanting to directly confront it, so she can't also directly talk about it. So it's just it's brimming with potential for drama.
Right. And the thing about it is that she did go and approach Kumiko the one time before, right?
Yes.
And Kumiko kept her at a distance. And then it's like, oh, okay, we're doing the keep at a distance thing. All right, cool. And now Kumiko's like, oh, I want to approach her. And she's like, nope, that's not what we're doing. We're doing the keep at a distance thing, the thing that we both know how to do very well, right? And I'll let you know kind of why I'm doing it, right? But I'm not going to stop the fact that I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's nothing personal.
Yeah,
it's nothing to do with you.
If I do have preferences, that is one of them, you know, on the very short list.
And it's funny because in some ways, Kumiko has grown in this area a decent bit, in that she's not only removed herself entirely from the full people pleaser category by being a leader and basically being like, hey, I need to go and talk to you about what I need from you and stuff.
Yeah.
But she's also cool with other people doing it on her behalf. That means that on some level she doesn't like doing it. Like if she doesn't have to, she'll be like, hey, Reina, can you be the Spartan teacher side of things here?
Exactly.
I don't like doing that. I kind of need to be the middle person for everything.
Yep.
Which is fine. And she does have that little bit of what I would call hero complex a little bit, where she, because she's the president and stuff, she ends up getting asked to do all the things, and she needed to grow a little bit to where she would be comfortable delegating a lot of those things to others, which is where Reina then helps by being like, hey, protect. I'm guard dog.
I've got the armor and the shield and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll tank for you,
And yet, long before Kumiko was the president, long before she even really cared to try, like to really yearn to be good at the youth and all that stuff, she was still interfering.
She was.
Right?
Yep.
Why? Maybe for similar reasons that Mayu tries to make everyone around her happy, you know?
Maybe.
It's that you don't like conflict, and so, okay, I'll do the amount of conflict that I am comfortable with in order to try and smooth things out.
I have so many reads I could get on Kuroe. I feel like most of my time spent helping people with interpersonal problems, for as many years as I've been, like, you know, a slightly mature person at all, it feels like this is actually one of the most common problems I've run into with people.
Of a desire to not be vulnerable?
What I would call is just masking. I'm just going to simplify it as that. Because there's many different forms of it. But basically the idea is that they're struggling in connections with people. And the reason why is because they don't feel comfortable being themselves.
Right.
Now, there's other ways to describe it, but masking is kind of a good one for that. And generally, what I've found is that the people that are masking are afraid of not just necessarily other people, but they're afraid of the way other people are going to react to themselves, like the way that they show themselves. And there's tons of different reasons for it, innumerable reasons that there could be for why that's a fear of theirs. But Kuroe doesn't have one, I think, that's immediately obvious on the surface. She was in another school's wind ensemble. She switched primarily because it seems like she wanted to basically go the distance. She wanted to do, better.
Right. And there might have been some circumstantial, like, family moved or something like that was mentioned at the beginning.
I don't think there was
I can't remember.
I don't think there was a circumstantial thing. I think the only thing that might have been hinted at was that there was some issues she had with the previous group.
Okay.
Maybe. I'd have to go back and check. But I could see that coming up as being an actual, plot point. But for right now, with where we have things here, she wants to make friends, be a part of the group, and not step on any toes.
Right.
But if she's going to listen to Kumiko, the one person who she does seem to actually want to be genuine with a little bit, probably because they recognize from a distance that similarity in each other, I think that the only way in which she could actually be fully genuine is if she put her heart and soul and focused in on the one thing, being the, hey, play the youth like you, your damn life, hinges on it.
Well, and that's where I think the Soli conflict is going to continue to come up because, so they set up the Soli conflict in the show, right? And then the first time the conflict is literally brought up in the show of, hey, do a rehearsal. Oh, Kumiko passes and it's no big deal.
We don't even see the performance.
We don't even see the performance. And then the thing that we have had established is that she might have to fight with Kuroe over it. But Kumiko specifically said, don't hold back on my account.
Don't hold back.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I want Kitachi to be as strong as possible.
Right.
And Mayu said, okay. But given what we've seen now, it's like, okay, I don't think I fully believe that as much, right? That it's the cool.
Just like I don't fully believe that the photo didn't develop properly.
Exactly. And so now I'm thinking, all right, this is where that could maybe come into play. And yet it won't until Kuroe starts to decide to play or play this game differently.
Yeah. And this is the part. This is the part where I have a lot of grace for people that are dealing with this kind of stuff, because the thing that I have, I think I've struggled with personally a lot of the years over just interacting with people like this, is that I also had issues with a lot of this as well. But I think the part that bugged me the most about it was that when you can tell that the act of doing it is a form of deception. It's a form of basically saying this is something I'm okay with, or this is something I like or don't like, or what have you, when actually you either have no idea or it's completely just not true.
All right.
And the thing is that people are going to be slightly exaggerating, slightly, putting on a front, a best kind of face for things just to kind of get by through the day. It's not some grand deception or what have you. It's just their way of surviving, their way of just making it through. But it's really sad if you think about it as being a rampant, everybody does it kind of thing.
Yes.
This is the part that I kind of struggled with the most, was that I believe, for the most part, and I think this is the overwhelming majority of people, are actually like Mayu in a lot of ways.
You're right. It's that Mayu's
incredibly common.
Mayu's situation is more extreme, and that's where the stuff that she's talking about, it's like, okay, there's a part of what you're saying that's right, but also it's not entirely right. And that part of it that's not quite right is why it's becoming something that's actually causing conflict.
Right.
Because other people do that too. You're not different, you're not weird, you're not special, right? Someone could love you just fine, even if maybe you yourself do not.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. You're not that powerful.
It's all about the comfort level that you have with doing stuff like that.
For sure.
And the confidence and level of acceptance you have of yourself to be able to make it be something where you yourself are just a fluid person rather than, this is now a mask where I'm going to do something that will cause, stress and internal like build up within myself because this isn't actually who I am. Right. I generally consider myself to be a very like no mask kind of person. And yet even just thinking about this, like just moments in recent like, events in my life where I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was totally masking, even in the attempt to be someone genuine. Without masks, right?
Right. No, I think
the when you do something that is unfamiliar, right? Like if I ever am masking, it's very fucking obvious because I'm not good at it.
That's like that's the thing I think that in general sense though is like where it's so rampant is that it's not even really a thing that you're consciously doing a lot of the time.
Sure.
A great example of this, I would say, is extreme emotions in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people, extreme emotions are actually kind of tiring, and it's actually something that you do more so for the people around you than you do for actually yourself.
Okay.
A great example of this is if you go and do something with friends versus doing it by yourself.
Right. You don't
don't laugh as loudly. You don't cry as strongly.
Yeah.
You don't emote as intensely.
Right.
Because it's a performance. It's not actually a thing you're doing for yourself.
Yeah. When I would watch anime on my laptop at 2 a.m. in bed, I didn't laugh a lot. Nice. That was fun. I'll watch another one.
But it doesn't mean that it's a deception. What it means is that we as people use masks basically to get at the truth, to basically get at the actual stuff of who we are. We actually need to help fine-tune things, minimize things down so hey, deep down in there somewhere, I'm having a lot of fun right now.
Right.
But I'm not, an instant robot that can go, click, this is exactly what I'm feeling right now. Click, this is exactly what I'm, thinking right now. I don't have the ability to translate directly into words exactly what is going on in here. And if you're hyper aware of that, it can actually drive you crazy because you end up realizing, oh, wait, I don't really know anything. And so the struggle that Mayu or Kuroe is going through right now, I have so much empathy for her experience with this, but the idea that Kumiko has kind of not fully faced this, but has done enough with it that she's basically adopted that side of it into herself.
Right.
Is I think a fun, like we're saying, nuance to her simplicity is that Kumiko hasn't just beaten it and just never does that ever again. It's more she's found a way to live with it. She's found a way to move forward with it. But she still does not know what she wants, though.
And that's why her and Reina's friendship is so important.
Yes.
Because they help each other out. When Kumiko got to the point in season 1 where she's like, I want to play the youth, right? That was something that happened as a result of the interactions and connections that she made with other people, more specifically Reina, right? With how can you be okay with, us just getting bronze, right? And that, as a result of that, right, she was able to look inside herself and get new information.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is that Mayu is very comfortable being right where she is. And in fact, it would seem that she is very uncomfortable with anything different. And, and that's probably why she doesn't like herself, because she's like, there's that part of me that wishes I was like all those people, right? And yet I'm not. But this is at least what I'm good at, so I'll stick with this, and I'll hate myself, but at least everyone else will like me. Right?
Yeah.
One against many. There we go.
Oh, my God. That's the part specifically where then I drop the grace and empathy thing, and then I, as a friend, come in and let's see you grit those teeth, and I punch my way into tomorrow, and, want to rip you out of that, comfort spot that you're in, because I love you, and I don't like seeing you hate yourself like this.
And that's what Kumiko
so much pain that emanates out to other people that are at the very least able to focus in on you and go, wait, but isn't that just sad? Like, isn't that
and then they respond and say, yes, I'm a sad person.
Or they just are like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's not that bad.
Right.
I can live with it.
Yep. Just no pictures, please.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's
such a beautiful thing because I could get even into the picture side of things.
Uh-huh.
There's a choice whenever a vehicle for the writing is used in the actual world itself.
Uh-huh.
And in this case, the camera, the act of a camera, the capturing of the self.
Yeah.
The point that the self can then be represented to others, meaning that, what are we but just a bunch of, images flashing constantly to our environment that other people then get a point to go and click and see, oh, that's who you are.
Okay.
But if they don't stare at it for too long, they might not actually notice what's really going on, right? I can turn away and look towards someone else, and then I'd forget basically that face that you had. But in a camera, it's eternal. It's captured and it's frozen. So you, Kuroe, might be actually internally terrified of the idea of someone holding onto that photo and being like,
well, and
her smile looks sad or fake or
and
something.
she does like photography. She does have a big interest in it. She was talking about how,
Yes.
if I could change out the lens, I'd probably be able to get a better, more beautiful picture or something like that, right?
Right. Well, I also love that because that was an example of another form of people pleasing. That she's downplaying her own photography because someone complimented it, and she's like, "Oh, I could make it even better,"
Well, no, that too. But I think that is genuinely something that she thinks about.
Oh, sure.
And so then, like the cliche with this is, if people are dating, check to see if they do they want pictures, right? Do they want the memories? And that can kind of give you an indication, potentially, of where their heart is. Or at the very least, if they're always wanting like, oh, I want pictures of this and that and the other, right?
I think that's somewhat the case.
Yeah,
but,
definitely painting with a broad brush here,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But given that photography is something that is being established as being important to Kuroe here,
Right.
the fact that she'll very quickly take a picture of that solitary little smoke trail because
she loves photography.
Because oh man, that's great. Isn't that wonderful? Right? But yeah, no, I don't want to be in it because I do not want memories of myself. I do not want to think about that. I do not want, I am not someone worthy of love. Right?
I am not art. I am not something
Exactly.
that is worthy of capturing and representing.
And that's
That's sad. It's
really sad.
It's something that I would say is very common in places where people have, negative self-image and stuff like that. And that was very much a point, I would say, for the pool environment here, in that, we have the very celebratory, lady environment of like, oh my God, look at what's waiting for us look at what's waiting for us in a year.
Right.
Whoa. I just loved the way that the first years were like, holy, like I am looking respectfully. Like,
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Also, the idea of like swapping like the pieces for the two-piece swimsuit to turn it into a couple's swimsuit. That's fantastic.
That's adorable.
That's absolutely
fucking cute.
adorable.
But I also noticed very clearly that Kuroe was the only person that was wearing like an actual like sweater or shirt over her swimsuit.
Oh, right.
Like,
Yeah, she is not participating.
Yeah.
Right. She's coming because she was invited. And the thing is that this probably works a lot better for her because so many other people are coming along.
Right.
If this was just her and Kumiko and Reina, oh my God, this would be
the crowd. Yeah.
Right. If anything, in that specific situation, maybe it'd be easier because then it's I'm just the third wheel and I have an excuse, But if it's like four people, then it's like, oh yeah, no, that'd be even more obvious.
I think she'd be fine with it. Again, I think that part of it is just I don't want to have these people have to deal with my stuff here.
Right. Which also would make sense potentially as something that she learned at her previous school, since it was a powerhouse school where it's hey, we all got to be on task. We all got to do our thing, like just stick to the program, make sure that you can deliver. Right. That's the main thing that we're worried about here. Yeah. And so then also her ability to be a team player for everybody and like support people. That's a very valued skill.
Very.
Right. That's, because like, all the internal problems have no effect on the fact that that is really damn helpful, right? Way to go. That's awesome. Does it need to be at the expense of you? No, it doesn't. And so maybe we can, work on that, or think about that. Is that what you want, really?
She did share something that has no opinion that can be swayed on. It was just a fact, but she said that her dad got her this camera.
Yeah.
Which I like that she shared that, because that's just a genuine sharing thing. She just actually just shared info about herself.
Right.
It has nothing to do with her personality, which is why she probably was comfortable sharing it. But it is interesting in that she mentioned that she could probably get better photos if she went digital, but no, she likes this camera specifically. And even like one of the other people, I forget which person it was, said like, "Oh, your camera's so moody. I love it." Like meaning it's able to capture photos in a specific way that a digital, more crisp, camera would. But no, she likes this one. And I think she even has like bedazzled it. Like there was even some like detail on the camera itself. No, never mind. It was not. That's just green text for like the specific settings and stuff like that. I thought there was actually like a part where it showed there was something on the camera.
See, it's just KyoAni just being really detailed with stuff if they're going to show an up-close shot of it.
Yeah, freaking KyoAni, again, as always, another 10 out of 10 production episode. The lighting was absolutely flawless and just so immersive when they were underneath all the trees and everything, and then moving underneath them as the light adjusted. Show's gorgeous.
It is. It really is.
But yeah, big opportunity for character analysis from Kuroe. And the next piece begins.
Right.
So let's head right to it. And how dare you, show, for skipping a whole concert like that?
See, no, I figured they were going to do something like that because
he's going to do one per season because it's just too much work. Or
well,
what have you.
but also we know that the conflict is not whether or not they'll get past the first performance,
that's
right?
True. That's
true. Because they, it's get to nationals and win gold, right? Maybe they'll show the performance right before nationals.
I don't think that that's how these tournaments work, though. That it's going from one then leads you into the next one. I think it's more that they. I'll have to go back and check, but Kansai is just another prefecture. Like they just did a prefecture thing here, and now they're just doing a different one.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Okay.
And it's just that one of them is actually for like the setup for nationals and stuff. Because Kansai was the one that they did, I think, in second year, and I think they didn't.
They didn't get to nationals in their second year.
No.
First year they got to nationals and got bronze. And then second year they didn't get to nationals.
Right.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link up here. You can watch full-length timer reactions there as well, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.